When we meditate, there's two faults of meditation. One is distraction or agitation. It usually happens if you've got attention deficit. Mind's going here, there, and there. And the other one is drowsiness, falling asleep. But somebody who's a good meditator can use drowsiness as meditation. What that means is the technique is not fixed. It's dependent on the individual. So I'll give you an example. Say I've got ADHD and I go to the Zen temple or to the Tibetan center and they say, okay, here's your meditation. You look at this candle, don't get distracted. And the more they try to fix their mind on the candle, the more agitated they become, right? That is Shamata. Here's another form of Shamata. You set a timer on your phone for 5 minutes, and for 5 minutes, you have to think as much as possible. You have to have as many thoughts as possible, and they have to change. So if you're thinking about cooking spaghetti, then you've got to think of something new. Think of something new. Keep the mind busy, 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 always, always, always changing and thinking about something else. Normally, we think that's not meditation, because we think what we need to do is hold the mind. Somebody who has ADHD, you set your timer, 5 minutes, think, make it more and more and more and more busy. When the chime goes off, ding, you can stop. And when that happens, for 1 or 2 seconds, the person with ADHD has the best meditation of anybody in the room. But it's completely contrary to what they normally think meditation is, because we're told meditation is to hold your mind on an object. And in general, this is the definition of Shamata, is to hold the mind one-pointedly in virtue. Something virtuous, has to be virtuous, right? Because you could be a mass murderer and you could be very one-pointed, but it's not virtuous. But that object can be anything. And if it's that, it's Shamata. It's not Vipassana, it's Shamata. Scanning the body, all these things. You're using something as a focal object. So what happens in Zazen? You don't have a focal object. So what are you supposed to do? And because we don't know what to do, we wander, we get bored, we fall asleep. So then what has been given by all different traditions are techniques. And at Theravadan, they mainly start with what's called the 4 foundations of mindfulness. And that involves initially, for example, meditating on the breath. But this 4 foundations of mindfulness is very comprehensive, and it works all the way up into liberation until you achieve this mindfulness of phenomena on the 4 noble truths, and through that you can actually achieve liberation from samsara. But that's when it transfers into Vipassana. There's different ways of thinking what Vipassana is. So first I'll start with the foundation vehicle. This is a Theravada. They use Shamata in this way. This is common for almost every tradition. What you do is you use an object. Remember, you need an object for Shamata, right? So you use an object and you go from a coarser object to a more subtle object.